got a nice little 2025 Ford Express van, cargo van. This is a U-Haul, fairly big, a lot bigger than I, expected. Fuel door right here. A little weird how they have it, but got those mirrors, pretty big mirrors. Come around back, Ford Transit 250. Got the Arizona plate that pretty much every U-Haul is gonna have. I believe this has a 3.5 liter V6. It's got that EcoBoost mode and everything. Wow, it's pretty big back here. Close other door first, yeah. This is a pretty extensive vehicle, not really. It's got pretty much everything you'd want in a cargo van. Let's come around to the side. It up there, you can kind of swing yourself in like this. I feel like I could lay down in there. I'm a pretty small guy, 5'6", 5'7", something like that, 5'8". Keeps going up. But yeah. Is that even closed? Oh yeah, it is. Cool. Weird. Feels weird. Let's hop in the passenger seat. It's got plenty of room. Cigarette port. Shoe got caught. Glove box. Air on and off. Probably turn those off. No, put them on. Move the seat back and forth from under. You can mess with the lights like this and whatnot. Turn them off. It's pretty long. Like crashing into my camera. Move the windows up and down, obviously. It's got pretty much everything you need. Move the seat back. It's got a little flare kit right here. Alright, let's get in the driver's seat and start this thing up. It's a lot bigger in person. I gotta say, you see videos of vans like this and you think like, yeah, that doesn't really look too big. But, I mean, they're pretty huge. They're a little awkward to get into. However, got the parking brake on. Flip up keys. Boom. Alright. Start the baby up. The parking brake. You push it and it's off. You pull it and it's on, and then rear right door ajar. Great. So it really is open. There we go. I'm an idiot. All right. Now, start it up again. Parking brake off, parking brake on, parking brake off again. That is to hold the brake. This is to move the mirrors, which they're at a pretty good standing. Got your hazards, basic turn signals, brights. Got your windshield wipers. Got this rear view mirror that's pretty crappy because it's got this big old screen right here, but we got those big mirrors. It's never really been a problem. Your alternative is box trucks, which don't have that at all. Which again, it's not that big of a deal. It's just it takes a little getting used to. This little chunky seat belt. Nice clicky sound. Got power windows. Not on the passenger side though. Obviously got radio. 97 degrees as you can see. 297.9 miles. This thing's brand spanking new. The light settings. It's got a park, reverse, neutral, drive, manual mode. Reverse, as you can see. Gears are a little short on this. Boom. Backup camera, very small, but I usually don't show stuff like that off. But drive. All right, let's start driving this thing. These are a lot bigger in person, I gotta say. I was pretty surprised. I saw it from far away and I was like, wow, this isn't too bad. Then I got up close to it and I was like, wow. You know, universal steering wheel. Got the Ford logo and everything. Got a bunch of buttons on it. Not even gonna begin to start playing with those buttons. "97 degrees outside." That's how you know we're in Florida. Now, if I hold the car in drive mode, I'll show you guys this right now. Hold the car in drive mode and stop it. Press that. The brake is holding itself until, obviously, I press the gas. I'm actually gonna put it in manual mode to show you guys the manual mode. You flip up the gears by pressing these buttons on the side. They're very delayed, I noticed. That's why I'm pressing them a little early. When I was testing it out earlier, I kept over revving just a little bit, just because. Very delayed. I was pressing it and it felt like it wasn't doing anything for a few seconds. But yeah, it's fairly okay. I mean, you're never really going to use that unless you're on hills or anything. But even then, you have special modes like normal, eco, slippery, towing. So I'm sure you could always switch to one of those. Probably not, but you'd probably use that for a hill or something. Coming up to this stop sign. Got somebody coming over there on the right. Singing. You really hear that V6 singing. A lot more kick than you'd expect on a van like this. A lot more response. Now, one thing I will say is just to be wary about the brakes. The brakes aren't super responsive, and it does take a little bit to stop this. It feels honestly even a little less responsive than the actual box truck, which I think is crazy. I don't know why, but it just feels a little weird to me. Got the gear shifter right here, so if you ever want to accidentally shift into something, just press this button and rest your hand here. I mean, it's not a manual, so you know, acting like I'm resting my hand here like I'm about to shift gears or something. Show you the brakes. They're not super amazing, but they get the job done. Every car is van or whatever is going to have its downfalls. Slow down before I get pulled over or something in the U-Haul van. I'm sorry if can't really see the steering wheel too well. The seating position on this is fairly awkward. So instead of being further up and, you know, back and forth from the steering wheel, you're more up and down. And I'm an odd height, 5'7", I think. So it's kind of hard to pick a decent distance away from the steering wheel. Taller people, it's easier because they could just put the seat back and boom, you can see everything. But yeah, this feels pretty good, I have to say. It's a very smooth ride. I feel like obviously if I had stuff in the back, it would be different. The brakes would be different. The throttle, I wouldn't be absolutely hammering the throttle. But you know, this is a test drive, so I just wanted to show you guys. Turn up the AC a little bit. It's very hot outside. Come up to this stop up here. I have to inch out a little bit. Now this is where this kind of doesn't come in handy because you can't really see out that side. It's fine. I'll wait for these guys to come around. I don't really got many people waiting on me. There's really no downsides to safety, especially when I'm not driving a car that's mine, it's better to just chill. I mean, it's better to do it chill in any regard, but especially when you got to deal with this. Oh, the seat just shoved back a little bit. You can kind of look through that window over there. That's what they taught us at the USPS when we were driving those Metris vans. They got the window, some of them got the window in the back. And there's a huge advantage over the LLVs. Alright, let's try. Pretty, got a nice click. Yeah, this thing does have power, I gotta say. For such a, work-oriented van, I am pretty impressed by the power it has. I mean, it is a van, it is a bigger vehicle, so it's obviously gonna take, it's gonna have more torque and all that. I believe it has 275 horsepower, which is, for a van, is pretty commendable, I have to say. Smooth 63 miles an hour. Really not much noise at all. Such just a chill, easy ride. If you're taking this cross state, I mean, it's gonna be an easy ride for you. It's definitely, obviously, going to be smoother than a box truck, because box trucks are bigger, so you're going to feel more bumps and the like, so. I'm going to make a turn up here. See, I can test out that brake hold. I'm not very lazy, so I don't mind holding the brakes myself. I mean, you have control over the car. It's the same reason I'm not the biggest fan of cruise control. I kind of like having control over the car and all that. The turning radius is pretty nice. It's what you'd expect from a van. You're not going to get anything crazy, but I mean, it's a van, so it's going to turn better than a limousine or a box truck. But it's not as satisfying, I will say. It's not as satisfying. But it's a very just chill, simple ride. Nothing much to complain about. I mean, it's not an ugly, assault to my eyes. It's not an affront to cars or anything. It's just a regular old cargo van. I mean, if you're thinking of buying one of these, I mean, hell, go for it. I could see this being pretty good to take, cross country, cross state, whatever. And it wouldn't be too bad. It's fairly comfortable. You can hold a pretty decent amount of cargo back there. I'm not sure how it stacks up to the ProMaster or the Chevy Express or even the Toyotas and Nissan vans, but it seems like it's not too bad of an option. And I've seen a lot of videos where people, cargo van owner-operators that own Ford Express vans, so it's a pretty good option. It's comfortable, it's a smooth ride. You can get a good seating position too. Usually when the seating position is more oriented, vertically rather than horizontally, I tend to be a little more uncomfortable. But in this car, or van I should say, it feels a lot more comfortable. I'm able to get a good seating position. So if you're a little shorter like I am, it's not a big deal. Usually, I know taller people do have a bit of a problem with seating positions in cars, but at the same point, you know, it can be a little difficult for us shorter people too, just because we need to still feel comfortable without being so close to the steering wheel. It does take a little bit to get to a full stop, so it's not one of those like super smooth, like ultra smooth ride vehicles. So it's whatever. Takes off pretty well. It's a bit laggy. It's not the most responsive ultra mega van or anything, but it'll get the job done. I don't know how many owner-operators are going to be watching me, but if you want to buy this, I mean, it feels really nice. I mean, obviously you're going to want to test drive it yourself, but in my opinion, it feels fairly nice, and I'm pretty comfortable. You know, I drove it a little bit before I started recording, and I recorded a little bit and had to go back and do another one because my camera fell off my head, and it's been comfortable the whole time. It's been very, very, very easy to drive. So I could see this being a fairly good van if you're trying to make some money and, you know, you got a cargo van business or whatnot. Very fun to drive, I gotta say. I mean, that's kind of my thing, though. I find pretty much everything fun to drive. Even if I don't like the car, I enjoy driving so much to where I like driving everything. So my opinion could be taken a little bit with a grain of salt, but I am gonna be honest about everything I'm driving to my best ability. I'm gonna be honest about everything I'm driving, but I don't know everything about everything I'm driving. I'm not like the most legendary car reviewer of all time, so my words might not be so great, and the way I describe things might not be good, and I might be missing a few things, but I'm doing the best. So to my eyes, though, to my eyes, hands, to my body, it feels like a smooth ride, though. Turns very nice. It's a nice steering wheel to hold. I'm a big steering wheel guy, and I feel like steering wheel covers are an affront to steering wheels themselves. You're disrespecting the steering wheel by putting a cover on it, and this is a very nice one to hold. The horn it's a bit it's not beefy enough. It's a bit childish for this, but it feels nice to press, so it's kind of like a button. And yeah, obviously this is going to be way bigger than your typical minivans. You know, it's going to be probably about double the size. You know, it's called minivan for a reason. Yeah, don't be surprised when this is bigger than you think in real life. It's pretty crazy. I didn't expect it to be this big. Maybe it's just because I'm short. I don't know, but it's pretty cool. Blowing that yellow light. It was still yellow. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes it's safer to just go than it is to smash on your brakes and get rear-ended and cause a multi-car pile-up and whatnot, but a very pleasurable drive, I have to say. It's everything I'd expect a van to be, pretty much. It's not going to be anything crazy, but it's a van. It's not in your face with the power or the looks or anything. You're trying to get a job done, and you're going to get the job done. That's pretty much it. You need to put tools or whatever you have back there. You're a contractor. It'll fit. You have a cargo van business. You want to put loads or whatnot in there. Fits. Fellow van driver. Yep, that's the Ford. I believe that's a different year, though. Probably a little different. Yeah, we're going to pull into one of these gas stations here. I'll pull into that mobile. It has more slots. That's where I ended off the last U-Haul video. Bit awkward on that start, but that could have also just been my own doing. Turns real nice, real smooth. The gas tank is on the door is on the left side. If you ever wonder, there's always a little gas icon and there's an arrow next to it. A lot of people don't know that, and a lot of people are surprised when I tell them that, but pretty much every car has it. I'm not gonna say every car has it because I actually don't know. I'm gonna get this squared away. You can see that backup camera there. And pull the parking brake. And that's about it. I'm sorry this video wasn't super long, but I can only go so far with these. You know, they got a mileage rate and all that. Don't even want to get into it. But it was a really nice video. It was a really nice van to drive. Very smooth ride. Nothing too offensive about this. It's exactly what you're asking for, and that's not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a like, comment, subscribe, whatever, you know, whatever jargon the YouTubers say and all that. So, yeah, that was a good video. See ya.